Hello YouTube, this is Seeking Mini-Me VSG here, also known as Tiffany. I am doing a video today because I just left my initial cardiologist appointment and just wanted to kind of go over what happened at that appointment and what things I have to do going forward. So today, let me start with my stats. I don't usually start with my stats because I haven't actually had the surgery yet, but I might as well get used to it. So I am 5'2", weigh 220 pounds, which actually at the cardiologist today I weighed in at 222. So yay, going in the wrong direction. Fantastic. Anyways, 222 pounds and I'm 5'1", and my BMI is a 42. I have not had my surgery yet. I am in the pre-op stage right now. I'm going through the motions to get all my clearances and get everything that I need to get done in order to get approved for the surgery. Either through some of this stuff I'm doing because my surgeon requires it, some of this I'm doing because my insurance company requires it. So, okay, so today I went to the cardiologist. It was my first cardiologist appointment ever. I've never had any heart issues or any problems with my heart, so I've never had to see a cardiologist before. So this was my first cardiologist appointment. I went to Bay Area Cardiology and saw Dr. Chosky in Riverview, Florida. The appointment was pretty typical, like a PCP appointment, really, like initial appointment with any primary care physician. I went into the office. Of course, I had to do all the new patient paperwork, which I had printed off at home and filled out before I got there. So I had brought all that in. The nurse called me back, came in to the room. They did my weight. She talked to me a little bit about, well, first she got my vitals, which this is the second time that my blood pressure has been elevated. When I went to my initial consultation with the surgeon, my blood pressure was elevated, and now my blood pressure again was elevated at the cardiologist. I've never had any issues with my blood pressure before. However, I have been very nervous at both of these appointments. I'm not 100% sure why. I don't know, maybe because it's just uncharted territory. I've never went through this process before, and I'm just nervous. Like, I don't know what to expect. So yeah, my blood pressure was elevated, and she kind of talked to me a little bit about that, asked if I had any blood pressure issues or anything like that, and I told her no, and she's like, yeah, it's probably just because you're nervous. And I was like, yeah, I feel really nervous. And she talked to me, wanted to know what medications I was taking, and a little bit about my history and why I was here for the appointment. So, you know, of course, told her that I was here because I'm trying to get bariatric surgery, the VSG, and my surgeon said that I had to get cardiac clearance, so I'm here. So yeah, then she did I'm pretty sure it was like a mini EKG, where they put the electrodes like all over your body, or like on your arms, under your breast, and on your chest, like your sides, like these little electrodes, and they hooked those cords to it and did the, you know, was watching the rhythm of my heart. I'm pretty sure that was an EKG. So yeah, she did that. It was like super quick, took maybe a minute, if that, and then that was done. She, you know, then after she got my vitals, checked my pulse ox, that was pretty much it. She told me the doctor will be in to see me. So, yeah, the doctor came in pretty quickly. I wasn't waiting too long. Came in and talked to me. He asked me about my blood pressure, and I told him, I was like, I'm just nervous. I don't know what it is. I don't know why, but I'm just nervous. So he actually, like, grabbed my hand, and he was, like, holding my hand for a minute. He's like, see, I'm just a normal, regular person. He's like, there's nothing to be nervous about. I liked him. He was pretty cool. But yeah, so he talked to me again why I was there, And I told him, I was here for the cardiac clearance, and he said, okay. He's like, this really is pretty routine. He's like, we do it all the time. It's just a matter of, the doctors want to make sure that you're in good health, and there's nothing that they need to know about or anything that, could cause issues during the surgery or after the surgery. Want to make sure that I'm healthy and my body is able to handle the surgery, and the recovery and everything like that. And I was like, yeah, that makes sense. So he's like, okay, so, my EKG was normal. He didn't see any abnormalities there. And he said that basically he's just going to do he's going to run some just routine tests just to make sure that my heart is functioning normally. So, that being said, I now have 3 more cardiologist appointments that I have to go to in order to get the clearance, as long as they don't find anything abnormal. So my first appointment is going to be in 2 weeks. My first appointment is going to be in a week, on July 10th. Wait, no, that is in 2 weeks. It's in 2 weeks. To get a stress test. So basically that's where, from what they're telling me, I need to dress comfortably, like if I'm going to go for a walk, because they're going to have me on a treadmill. When my heart rate gets to a certain point, they're going to just take some measurements of, my heart rate and stuff like that. I don't know exactly what it's going to be, but it's just a routine stress test. I know I'm going to be on a treadmill, and they told me to wear something comfortable that I can exercise in, and that they need to get my heart rate to a certain point in order to do the test. So that is going to be the 10th of July, so I have to get that done. Then I'm going to have another visit, which is about a week later, I think it's an echo. Yeah, that's what they have written down here, an echo. So I don't know, I'm pretty sure that's an echocardiogram. I don't know what the difference is between, maybe it's a more extensive one than the ECG or EKG that they did in the office, or maybe it's something different. I'm not exactly sure, but that's what I have to get done on Wednesday, an echo. So I don't really know what that entails. They didn't really give me much information on that, but again, just checking my heart and to make sure that it is functioning normally. And then after that, I will have a follow-up appointment to go over the results, which will be about a week after the echo. So have another appointment with the same cardiologist, and he's going to go over my results, and hopefully, if nothing's abnormal, there's no issues, no problems, that will be when I will get the clearance from the doctor. Yay! So yeah, that will be on July 26th, which I'm not worried about it, because obviously my surgery I'm just now starting the process. I just had my first visit with the surgeon to kind of start this whole process and stuff. I haven't even had my first dietitian appointment, because that's not till July 13th. So, I should have all the stuff that I need by the end of July for the cardiologist, which is good. One less thing that I have to worry about or get done. But again, my surgery is probably not going to be till end of November, beginning of December, somewhere in that area. So I got plenty of time. I'm just hoping that all of this stuff is not going to end up costing me an arm and a leg, because I have no idea how much, what my insurance covers when it comes to a cardiologist appointment. I should probably look into that. But I kind of knew going into this that there was going to be some expenses that I was willing to pay, because this, my insurance is going to be covering a good portion of it, but this is, I'm willing to pay out of pocket whatever I need to do in order to get this done, within means, of course. So, yeah, tomorrow I have my barium swallow, so I'll probably do another visit tomorrow, or another video tomorrow, to kind of go over that. And so if anybody's curious to know what that is, or what the procedure was, or anything like that, I'll have more information about that tomorrow. But yeah, as of now, it's just waiting for my next appointments with the cardiologist. I have the barium swallow tomorrow. Then after that, it's my dietitian appointment, my first dietitian appointment. So I'm actually looking forward to that visit. the dietitian. I'm hoping I'm going to be able to get some really good information, and yeah. So that is that. I don't really think that I have anything else that I wanted to go over. Oh yeah, so I did do, like, kind of figured out all the numbers and stuff like that for my BMI. I know I did a video before and I was like, I'm not even sure what healthy weight is for my height. And so my BMI is a 42 right now, which considered morbidly obese. That sounds so ugh, morbid. Morbid to me, like, morbid meets death. It's like, you're sitting on death's door being, I don't feel like I'm sitting on death's door. I mean, I know I'm overweight and I know I'm not healthy, but anyways, so normal BMI for me would be between an 18.5, or normal BMI for anybody is between an 18.5 BMI and a 24.9 BMI. So I figured out what that is in weight. And in weight, that for somebody who's 5'1", which I am, the weight range for that is between 98 pounds and 132 pounds. That was kind of like, what? 98 pounds? I could not imagine myself weighing 98 pounds. Like, I can't even imagine that, like, weighing 98 pounds. That just sounds crazy to me. But it kind of made me feel good to know that there's such a range, you know, anywhere from 98 pounds to 132 pounds. Like, I feel like 130 pounds is definitely a feasible number for me to get to and stick to. If that makes sense. So, you know, at least it wasn't like, oh, you can't weigh more than 110 pounds in order to be healthy or something like that, because that would have been like, wait, what? 110 pounds? Like, I don't know if I can get down there. So anyway, so I think I'm gonna stick to saying that my ultimate, like, I'm gonna set other goals before this, obviously, but my ultimate, like, final maintaining goal would be, like, I'd like to see how I feel and what I look like at about 120 pounds. So yeah, that'll be my goal with my weight loss. Yeah, so I'm not gonna take up any more of you guys' time just rambling on and on. So yeah, that's it. Until next time. Bye.